Good evening and welcome to the Mcfc 9320 Group podcast. We've got tonight with us usual crew. We've got Riz, we've got Alex. I forgot her name.
Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie. That's the one. All right, don't worry, me heads up my bottom this weekend because my daughter's had an accident and I'll tell you about that.
Don't be using that as an excuse. You've got to be professional, John. Anne-Marie, I'd be distraught if you forgot my name.
Well, how could anyone forget me?
I've forgotten your name a few times, Paul.
Yeah, you've got plenty of other names you can call me, mate.
Yeah, definitely. And also, we've got Eddie Sparrow, as you all know, from the memorial page on Facebook and various other things. Welcome, guys and girls.
Good evening,
Hi,
John.
thank you. Hi.
Welcome. Good evening.
So tonight we're going to chat about, the first thing we're going to chat about really is the main thing that we all support and love, and that's the game at the weekend. Eddie, you went there?
Yeah, I did.
The atmosphere sounded brilliant over the TV, even though I watched it. We shouldn't have watched it, but we did.
Yeah, it was great atmosphere. It was great. It was banging, and it's they put in a performance, they put in a shift, and they deserved it. They deserved the victory.
It was a hard-fought game, and we're lucky that Vardy was offside because
they were looking for it all the time, John. All the time, ball over the top.
That's what Leicester do, and that's how Leicester play.
Yeah.
They're a glorified Wimbledon, aren't they, Leicester?
Yeah.
They've got Iheanacho, and he just slots straight into that role when Vardy's not on the pitch. So,
Yeah,
great result.
I was a little bit upset with Iheanacho actually because he dived in the box trying to get a penalty, and I never thought he was like that.
Yeah, but he's playing for Brendan Rodgers, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can you two put me straight on something? When Laporte got booked?
Yeah.
From where I was, it looked like it was more like a shove in the back than his head, but he went down over his head.
Never touched his head.
He never touched his head.
Well, unbelievable. Because he was saying something to him, after the game started. He wasn't happy.
No.
Well, I mean, the thing is, what happens is the referees will stop the game for a head injury. So if the referee's not going to stop the game because of a push, they'll stop it so they get down holding their heads, so the referee stops the game. So it gives advantage to their team, if you like. That's the reason they do it.
More ways of cheating.
It's cheating. It's another way of cheating. They're diving in the box is one, and holding your head when you've been clearly not touched on your head. The referee has to stop the game. So advantage.
Yeah.
Breaks the play up.
Just annoying, Riz, really.
Anne-Marie, did you watch the game?
I only saw the highlights, to be honest. And to be fair, looking at the highlights I saw, it looked a pretty even game. As always, Leicester had chances, but again, like you say, it's the long ball over the top time and again.
It was very far from an even game. We absolutely battered them.
I know, but
as
has been the story for not just, the last couple of seasons in reality, we can create chances, we're just not putting enough away. And I know that's hard to say after having 2 5-0 home wins, but the reality is that in both of those games, it could have been 10.
Yes, but every time we attacked Leicester, there was basically 9 men in the box there defending.
They defended for their lives, basically.
Yeah, they defended for their lives, and we was absolutely peppering their goal, but it was just bouncing off players, and the keeper had a good game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so did ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a nice boot in the face, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got a very nice boot in the face, didn't he?
I'm surprised they didn't stop the game then.
Well, it was head injury, so they should have done.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, inconsistencies with the refereeing again.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you did not probably see on then, I picked up on. Diaz I don't know what he'd done, Bernardo, whether he played a loose ball or something. But that young lad, he's only 23. He went up to Bernardo and they gave him a right rocket.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and he was telling Bernardo sort of listened to him, and he was telling him you should have done this. And I thought, do you know what? That lad's a leader, and we all know that.
Captain. He's a future captain, that lad.
Yeah, 100%.
Fantastic.
Absolutely,
definitely.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you need from your captains. Your captain, not saying that he isn't, but your captain doesn't have to be the best player on the pitch. The captain needs to be someone that's got vision and cojones to go up to senior players and give it them. And he's in a perfect position in the back forward if you're back three in your defence. Goalkeepers, they make great captains because they can see in front of them. Central defenders make great captains, as companies proven.
Yeah.
Tony Adams, people like that, they can see what's going on in front of them. Yeah. And they can organise it. And you just need a strong character to, I'm not into this giving captains to senior players or star players. Don't work for me that. You give your captain to the strongest player.
Yeah,
mentally
definitely.
Player.
Well, for how long he's actually been with the club, and he's really cemented his players as one of the leaders. You know what I mean? He's not worked his way up the ranks. He's come in and he's gone, right, I am this. And they've all respected him for that.
You can imagine in the dressing room as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Him and Fernandinho, you've got loads of little captains everywhere. You've got one main voice, but then you've got loads of other little senior players that are talking, and you can just see our dressing room he's spot on at the moment, I think.
Bright future, indeed.
Yeah. And that's why we don't sign players like Ronaldo and these players and some of these strikers we've been going for. We're not signing them not because they're not good enough, because they ain't going to fit in the dressing room and the squad. They're going to disrupt it. That's why we don't sign a lot of players. They've got to fit in.
If we'd have signed Harry Kane, would he want to be captain? Because he is at Tottenham. You know what I mean?
Listen,
I thought Lloris was captain at Tottenham.
Yeah, he is, isn't he, actually? I thought, but Kane's vice-captain, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
Captain of England, isn't he?
Yeah, he's captain of England, and he shouldn't be.
Listen, the English players can't understand what he's saying. What are the foreign players going to understand what he's saying, for God's sake? Unbelievable.
Yeah, good point.
I just don't. I can't. We're not privy to dressing room. We don't know what goes on in there, but I just can't see. I can't be inspired by an Harry Kane, motivational speech. You might as well have Alan Partridge in there. You know what I mean?
Do you know what, Paul, and the lads and lasses there? Do you not think there's not an abundance now of world class strikers knocking about? They're all coming to the peak of the career now, aren't you? Cavani's, the Falco's gone. Really, a Sergio. There's not that many that are bursting. I know Mbappe and all that, but there's none there that you'd call real poachers knocking about now. Difficult.
No, there's a few young ones coming through.
Yeah, but I'm on about proven. I'm on about at the top level proven. There's not that many now.
No, there isn't.
Vardy.
No, not the age
Vardy's
we want.
Past his best as well.
Yeah. But
who's that? Sorry.
Vardy.
Hello again. Maybe the young lad Delap will get a few games this season. It reminds you of Deco a bit. I don't know, but you've got to give him a chance, haven't you? I suppose.
The lad's got to get in.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a few young ones coming through, and one that I do notice, and he always looks pretty good, is that Ollie Watkins from Villa.
Yeah.
He seems to be quite a poacher, and he holds the ball up well and strikes it well. So you never know.
Would you take Villa again sometime? Danny Ings?
I'd have took Danny Ings by all means, definitely.
Yeah.
For 25 million all day long.
Yeah.
Don't you think though that maybe, I'm putting it out there, that modern football now has moved on a little bit, And do you not think that strikers might be becoming dinosaurs?
Yeah,
Right,
possibly.
Yeah, the false nine
Right.
can be the future.
And they can all be strikers, can't they? They can all score goals.
Exactly. It's only because we're sort of saying that you've got to, you've got to be a number 9 or you've got to be a whatever. You don't have to be.
Not in Pep's head.
No, but you only need to look. If you look at Jesus on Saturday, he had a clear header, and all he had to do was head it down into the ground, and he headed it straight at Schmeichel, and that for me is why he's not an out-and-out striker.
He's a winger.
Yeah,
but you think an out-and-out striker. If we're going back to out-and-out strikers, they do nothing else but score goals. We're not talking like a bit of a hybrid striker here now, where you get a modern day striker. The best strikers used to stand with their hands on the hips and wait for the ball to come to him and score goals. And
that's why they call them a fox in the box, wasn't it?
Exactly. They didn't do any tracking back. All they did was hang around the box and score goals. They did nothing else whatsoever. The football's moved on now.
Yeah.
Under Pep, especially, it's moved on. Modern football now doesn't necessarily need a striker.
Well, what I'd say, Riz, on that is Sergio, when he left, was a completely different player than one Pep got.
Yeah.
You never saw Sergio tracking back before. What he had to do under Pep.
Pep didn't play him, did he, at first?
No.
People were sort of going on about they had a row with him and all the rest of it. And when he first came, you won't play him because he didn't track back enough.
Yeah. And yet he did.
People were crying their eyes out over it, saying, "Oh, he's this, that, he's disrespecting him and all the rest of it." Well, who won in the end?
Well, Pep always wins, doesn't he?
That's he's the gaffer, he's the manager.
Yeah.
And he's that's, I think it was the second season, or the first season he come, everyone's going, he's a fraud. He's like, and he got rid of Joe Hart and he got rid of this and he got rid of that. And everyone's, he's a fraud. He can't do it. He couldn't do it. He could do it, but the players he had in place took 12 months, 18 months to be able to do what he wanted. And look at us now. Every single player in that squad.
They've had to buy into it, haven't they?
Yeah.
Well, we're the only team, it's like the 100-point thing. It had never been done before.
No.
You know what I mean? I know Arsenal did the Invincibles, but I'm sorry, I think the 100-point thing is more of achievement than the Invincibles.
Of course it is, because drawing games and winning 1-0 is not football.
No.
It's boring.
Absolutely.
But you could
actually, is it?
You could end up getting 38 points and being Invincibles for drawing every game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could get relegated.
Yeah, of course you could.
You know what? Do you want to be relegated, or do you want to
100 points,
have the trophy of being invincible?
Yeah, I know. So I still think that people go on about the Invincibles, but I still think the 100-point is much more of an achievement than the Invincibles.
Of course it is.
John, listen, if we'd been United Liverpool and had done that, you'd never heard the end of it.
No, you wouldn't. Definitely not.
The same with all 4 trophies.
Yeah.
In the 1 year, that went really by the media. That went totally unrecognised.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to recognise it.
No.
But then on Saturday, I didn't even realise we were playing because I thought there was only one game on at 3:00.
Well, they wanted to try and make that the only game that you could watch pretty much. They had this thing geared up for Ronaldo coming on with his sueys and his all the rest of it.
Newcastle fans made a nice song for Cristiano.
Did they?
Did you see that on Twitter?
Alex, sing it.
No, I've tried. I've blocked Ronaldo.
Am I allowed to sing it?
Of course, yeah.
Is it swearing?
Not so much, I think. Cristiano, sex offender.
Right.
Oh yeah, because there was a plane went over Old Trafford at kickoff as well.
Right, didn't they? Yeah,
yes, there was. Yeah.
I can't remember the tune, but the lyrics were like that.
Listen, we're renowned for singing on this podcast, so
yeah.
You know, people are have not had a song for a bit, so we would like you to.
We should start singing United chants, anti-United chants, even from other clubs.
Hey, listen.
What?
We had empty seats at home for 90 minutes on Saturday.
Who was singing it?
Brilliant chant.
They were non-stop.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, that's what City fans do. They check, you know, the mic light of each other, don't they?
Hey, it's a good job I forgot my hearing aids.
What do you say, Eddie?
You got them in now?
Oh, dear.
Oh, I've got to turn into Andy Savage.
Can I throw one into the mix?
Go on.
Right. Just the COVID thing. I've had both jabs yet. Whether it's right or wrong, that's my what I wanted to do. So I get to the ground and they say you've got to show your app, your NHS app.
Yeah.
Right. Gets to the ground, can't show me an NHS app because there's no coverage around the stadium. The police guy said, you can't get it around the stadium here. So I thought, what's the use of that? What's the point of having it?
I know.
The guy just said, he just said, come in, it don't matter.
I know. I think there's going to be a bit of that